it actually started off with my desire to get a photo to somebody, and Facebook became an easy medium to do that. And because I didn't know about settings and things like that, I left the photos open so everybody could see them, and the next day there were about 40 messages in my inbox like, whoa, amazing photos and blah blah blah, I'm going to put mine up. And then it just, you know, snowballed. It created an easy means of networking. One day I just made a very random statement about how it would be kind of fun if we all met, and that also received a lot of enthusiasm and positive response. In terms of getting everybody together, I think it was 100% successful, definitely, yeah. And I think also that over and above all the other things that were going on, everybody really appreciated that and came for that and felt it was a very emotional and a very unusual situation. And it seems that, you know, those people who weren't really in that group, who came as, you know, outsiders looking on, felt an unusual amount of energy and, you know, love. I like dealing with people who approach something in the same way that I do, and because I don't at all have a sort of business mind, then to have to deal with people on a purely business level and like negotiate that I want more, how much can I get thing, it's not my scene at all. So then there was a whole series of sort of very magical things that kicked in. I'd heard somebody when I was in a very far off place talking about this place, and I thought maybe it might work. You know, there was no talk really of like money at that time, and it was more of a vision then. And then of course the closer we got to the event, you know, when people needed advances and things had to start being like real then. But it was a clear and spontaneous relationship. And that was exactly the same thing that happened with Rick from Tito's. Tito was also quite a, you know, focal point in those days for many people, the bagger people. And it was exactly the same thing. He was like, I love you people, you know, we owe it all to you, and I remember, and I know I remember you all, and blah, blah, blah. You know, what can I do for you? Anything you want, you know, is like okay. And so it was very spontaneous, very generous, and that was exactly like my, you know, naive way of, yeah, everybody like money, you know, what's that? I feel that those kind of things are a one-off thing, and I'm not so sure if I'd even go running to another one. So, because, you know, once you've done it, then you've done it now, so.
Finally, some cosmic energy meeting again. It was fantastic.
It was fantastic. I didn't see much. I stayed on my chair for hours. It was very nice. Fantastic gathering.
The party was a traditional, chaotic, beautiful, blissful mess.
Everything was fantastic and everybody was having such a good time. So happy.
It was totally surreal. I mean, if you can just imagine to drop 300 or I don't even know how many there were, groups of people who, extraordinary personalities, many of them, in a faraway place with no boundaries and no infrastructure and say play. That's what happened. So everybody played, you know, in the way that they felt like playing. So it was very jungly, it was very kind of tribal. But, you know, a lot of these people were coming from the consumer society. So as soon as, you know, they started to consume also. So it was fantasy and exotic and crazy, everything else that, you know, a mini society comprises. There was creativity and love and imagination and crime and bad stories, and there was something, you know, everything, bits of everything, but without boundaries. It was like, you know, being in school with no teachers or something. You know, everybody could just do what they wanted, and so that went very, very far. Go to another planet and come back again, and that was fine. Some people like to do that every day. For me, that was a little bit intense. I guess we understood where to put our boundaries, how to enjoy ourselves without, you know, breaking the rules of that connection with nature, that connection with ethics and morals and how to behave.